Welcome, fellow bookworms, to Tibra's Den. My name is Whitney, and today we are doing a bonus video. So, I recently was watching Serene Sloth, who is very new, and she did a newbie booktube tag, which I just really enjoyed her video so much, and I thought, you know what, I know I already kind of formally introduced myself when I did my thank you video for you guys, but I decided I really wanted to do this as well because the questions are more directed, and it just, will help me introduce you guys even more to this channel and what it's about. So I decided I wanted to do that. I will leave Serene Sloth's video linked down in the description below. I know probably a ton of other booktubers have done this video, but she was the one that did it and made me want to do it. So definitely check out her channel, give her some love, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on anything. There's going to be more bonus videos like this one, more classic booktube videos coming out, so definitely make sure you're subscribed and have that bell notification clicked, and then while you're at it, give this video a like, please. But let's go ahead and jump right in. So I found the questions on Booktube Wiki, and it said that these were originally created by Brenda C. in February of 2014. So that's kind of where I am at. I'll leave this link down in the description below. But it says, why did you start this channel? And so if you saw my thank you video where I kind of formally introduced myself, I talk about it there. But basically I worked in the animal industry my whole working career, and I just got really burnt out on it. And I was just struggling in general, which kind of led to my autism diagnosis. And after I got my autism diagnosis, I was kind of like, what now? Like, where do I go from here? And I knew I didn't want to go back into the animal field, at least not in this point. Like, I'm done with it at this point. I just want to enjoy my own critters, and I'm not ready to go back. So I was thinking about what other things I absolutely love and kind of have a passion for, and books, along with animals, have always been a consistent in my life from a young age. And I have a ton of books. I haven't been reading so much as an adult, which is another reason why I wanted to start this channel, was kind of get motivation to read again, like have a reason to read again. Because as a child, like, I would read all the time, like any spare moment I was picking up a book and reading. And then as I got older and had more responsibilities, it was really a struggle for me to kind of focus on reading. And it was hard, especially being autistic and, having to juggle so many other things. Like, reading just kind of went the way of the dinosaurs for me, but I would still collect books and people would still give me books. So I have this whole collection of books that have never been read. And so that's kind of the main reason I created this channel, was not only to follow something I'm passionate about, but also work my way through my own library and then start, exploring new genres and new authors and things like that. So what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? And for me, when I didn't even know about BookTube until I decided I wanted to do a channel based around books, and then I started looking to see if other people had done it, and that's when I learned about the BookTube community. And as I was looking through different channels and such, like, I really enjoyed them, but it wasn't quite what I was looking for. I wanted to discuss these books, like, in depth and discuss the characters. And I understand why people don't, because it's really hard to do that because there's a certain level of spoiler. So it's hard to do that and then gain views and subscribers and things like that. But that's really what I was looking for. Like, I wanted that. I wanted to discuss these books with others, not just, discuss my own thoughts in a general way, if that makes sense. Like, I really wanted to discuss them in depth, and for someone like me, going to join a book club, that's not going to happen. Like, that's not it for me. And so that's kind of something that's unique that I'm bringing to the table, is the in-depth discussions. Kind of at your own pace too. You have a busy week and you can't come that week, that video's still going to be there. So it's not like you're missing out on anything, that you might miss out if you were going to an actual book club. So it is more of a book club-esque channel. versus, you know, just general reviews and such. I'm still gonna do that, like especially like my weekly videos. I kind of do a more general review of the book. But yeah, that's something unique that I definitely offer, I think. And what are you most excited for about this new channel? And for me, again, it's just the discussion. Like, I'm excited to build a community of others that have the passion and we can read the same book and really discuss these characters, because that's my favorite part about reading, is sharing, you know, the joy of a certain book or a certain character with others, but really thinking about it and discussing it as well. So, and what do you love reading? And for me, I pretty much read anything fiction wise. Um, Obviously, I don't really like romancy romance books, but I love like Nora Roberts. I love any books that are animal related or like more inspirational stories, and I do read some nonfiction as well, that are more like inspirational stories and such. But yeah, I pretty much anything nonfiction, and again, that's what this channel is about. I'm trying to kind of expand my horizons and explore new genres and new authors that are maybe part of a genre that I don't typically like sci-fi. Recently I read Freedom's Ransom and I absolutely loved it, and I typically would have shied away from a book like that because it's sci-fi. But my husband had it and I read it and I loved it. So that's kind of another aim of this channel, is just to explore different authors or authors and genres you typically wouldn't explore. So, what books or series got you into reading? So this is kind of a loaded question. A little bit of a spoiler, but we are soon going to be doing Throwback Thursdays. I'm just waiting on some books to arrive. And I remember a specific book from way back in kindergarten. And so, yeah, I mean, I can remember that specific book. And then as far as series, recently it was September 11th, the anniversary, and my birthday is a few days after September 11th. And that was a rough time in general, not only because of September 11th, but also personally in my family. And I actually spent my birthday in a hotel room. And so I remember I had the Heartland series books, and I would just read those. I would be in the hotel room just reading that with my sisters and my mom and my nieces. Like, it was quite snug in there. And so that would be definitely one of the series. And then also, if you were reading along with us when we did Nora Roberts' Legacy as our first book of the month, I chose her because she was my first adult author that I read. And I went, there had like this little book caravan and you can get free books. And I got Chesapeake Blue, which was written by her, and I absolutely fell in love with her. So those are the ones that stand out to me. Like I said, the one from kindergarten, which, again, if you're not subscribed, do so, because that will be coming up. And then also, like I said, the Heartland series, which I've seen the show as well, and I really enjoy the show. And I haven't read nearly all the books in the Heartland series. I think I had got up to 15 in the series. But that one, and then like I said, Nora Roberts for sure. So, and let's see here. What question would you ask your favorite booktubers? And for me, I think I would ask them, you know, basically, if you have a favorite book or a favorite author, what is it, or, you know, not necessarily the author, or favorite character rather, that's what I was wanting to get at. What is it about that book or that character that really drew you in, and why is it your favorite? Or just in general, like any of the books that they enjoy. Like, I think I watched Will of Tomes recently, and I'll try to link her channel below too. And she was talking about different characters that she really liked, but she was trying to keep it spoiler free. And it's like, but I wanted the spoilers. Like, I want to know like why you connected with these characters so much. But it was hard for her to get at that because she was trying to keep it spoiler free. And so that's what I want to know. Like, why? Why do you enjoy this book or these characters? And I want you to get in depth with it. But, and let's see, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? And I've already seen it. You know, I've been doing this since June, and it's really hard, especially with my channel and being so focused, you know, and really, you know, it's not for everyone because there is a certain level of spoilers. it's really hard to grow the channel. And like the platforms you can kind of advertise on are other booktubers doing the exact same thing. And so they're kind of doing their own, content and reading their own books. And so they can't necessarily participate in the way that I would like and participate and be part of the community that I want to build. And so it's really hard because it's really hard to get the word out there, and then build the subscribers without being spammy. And so, I would say that's the hardest thing to overcome, and I see it being the hardest thing going forward. But I know once I get past that, I'm going to have a very focused community of people that kind of want to participate and have the same aim that I do in really discussing these books and sharing these books with others. So, and let's see, when did you start reading? So I already kind of covered that. Like I said, I remember a specific book way back in kindergarten, and I read, all through elementary school and everything like that. So I started reading early for sure. And where do you read? So most of the times I read on the weekend, and I read, where our TV is, so in our living room. I'm the type of person, I always have to have background noise going, and I've learned, exploring myself, like it's definitely related to my autism, because when I don't have the background noise, like I can really focus on all the other noises in the environment that you hear. And so normally, I'll have a YouTube video streaming or playing, or I'll be watching a Twitch stream while I'm reading a book. And I did that as a kid too. My mom never understood how I could read a book and watch TV at the same time. But most of the time, I would just be reading my book, and then when I would hear something interesting, I would take a break and I would tune into the TV. And she never understood that, but I mean, I need that background noise, so. And what kind of books do you like to read? And so I read pretty much anything fiction-wise. Other than, like I said, I'm not a big sci-fi fan, and I'm not a big of like really romancy fan. Like the romances that have a lot of, intimate scenes and such. I don't really enjoy those as much either. Like, I want substance there. And then sci-fi just is hard for me to follow along sometimes, but I read Freedom's Ransom and really enjoyed it. But other than that, like, I'm pretty open, and I do like to explore new genres and new authors and such. And I do read some nonfiction as well, but nonfiction, I like the more inspirational stories, or like a lot of the animal stories that you can find. Like, I have several books that are like horse stories and such, or animal saving people, things like that. So, but pretty much anything. And then the last question is, what does your book collection look like? And it says it's sometimes done, not everybody does this. And so if you'll come to my homepage, the video that pops up for people to see right away is just me kind of walking through my collection, and it's just very kind of all over the place. I organize it by favorite author and their collection, and so I kind of have like my favorite books in one section, other authors that were maybe gifted to me, or my husband's books in another section, and then like some of my older books from childhood, or my classic books and things like that in another section. So it's kind of just all over the place, and you can see it, like I said, in that video, and it's kind of evolved since then. I did get another bookshelf when my grandma gifted me her whole Danielle Steele collection. I got another bookshelf, and so now I'm putting books that I want to do for my weekly reads, or just are kind of standalone, things like that, on that shelf. And so it's just kind of all over the place, and the bookshelves don't match or anything like that. So yeah, that's kind of what my collection looks like. Just very bits and pieces, not very organized or anything like that. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, please subscribe, hit the bell notification, and give this video a like. And then also go show some love to Serene Sloth and Will of Tomes. And yeah, that's it for today. Happy reading, everyone. Bye.